This conference will now be recorded.
And all are requested to maintain decorum for a good learning experience. And I request Mr. Kirtikan Bermura sir to keep his video on during the session if it is not a problem, because to have a good learning experience, and we can also take photos during session for the purpose. So we now begin with the session on clinical trials and data analytics. So now I hand it over to Kite AI team and request to carry on the session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Good morning to all. So today is the second day of clinical trial data analytics webinar. Second, I am sharing my screen. So let's start with the basic about the SAS Studio. Okay. So what
Good
is
morning,
the SAS?
sir. Sorry to interrupt you. This is Sneha from DY Patil. Sir, I request you to please turn on your video maybe for 5-10 minutes so that we can have some photos, and maybe then you can turn it off if that's convenient for you.
1 second, ma'am.
Yeah.
But here GoToMeeting wasn't given access to your camera. It's showing here. Hello.
Sir, you I think need to turn on the camera. The Kite AI
Yes.
team itself is coordinating the things. Yeah. All the controls are with Jyoti ma'am.
Because I don't have access here about the camera.
So can you click on the camera which is visible on your screen? That white
Yes,
one.
yes, I
Just
already clicked.
okay.
But camera
Okay.
is not
Jyoti
connected.
ma'am. Yeah, Jyoti ma'am, can you please see into it that the speaker at least has the access? In fact, all participants, so that towards the end also we can
Yes,
have
ma'am.
the photo.
Just give me some time. Just give me.
Yeah.
Sure. Just a second, ma'am.
Now it's visible.
Yes, sir, you're
Yes, sir,
visible,
you're right.
and please share your presentation also.
Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, sir, all fine. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Jyoti ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.
And I
So,
request all the participants to keep your videos off as of now so that we save some bandwidth and get a clear view. Towards the end, all of us will just turn on and have a photo. Yeah. Thank you.
okay. So let's start with the practical part about the SAS Studio. So today we will learn about the SAS Studio software. So about the introduction, what is SAS Studio? SAS Studio is a pure HTML5 application that requires no browser plugins and supports all the major web browsers such as Microsoft Internet Explorer 910, Apple Safari, Mozilla Firefox, and Google Chrome. Means this is HTML5 hypertext markup language, and fifth is the latest fifth version of HTML. That means it's not required any installation. We can directly run into the Google Chrome. SAS Studio is a different because it enables you to write and run SAS code by using the most popular web browser without requiring a SAS 9.4 installation into our machine. With this SAS Studio, we can access our data files, libraries, our existing programs. We can also write our new programs using this software. In the backend, SAS Studio connect to the SAS server in order to process our the program. Okay, so let's start with the creating a profile of SAS Studio. So you can also create a profile using this link. You can also start creating profile with me using this link, welcome.oda.sas.com. Okay. Note down this link, welcome.oda.sas.com/home. And first we create our profile on SAS Studio. Clear? So now this page will be appear on Google Chrome, welcome.oda.sas.com login. Now you have to click on don't have a SAS profile here, and then we create our own profile. Then fill this data. What is your preferred language? First name, then last name, then your mail ID, your country, your state, affiliation with SAS. So as a student, SAS expertise level, novice. And here in company organization, you can write your university or college name. And your phone number. Now then click on the agreement and create a profile. Now thank you for creating a SAS profile. You are almost done. So a verification email has been sent to your address. Just activate that mail and create a password. After that, you will be start working with the SAS Studio. Then I'm here adding my details.
Kirtikan,
Yes.
please switch off your camera. Bandwidth जाएगा तुम्हारा. At the end, we will start the camera again to take the
Okay.
photograph. Okay? Chalo, thank you.
Yes. So I hope you all created a profile. So we will start working with SAS Studio. If you have any doubt, you can raise your hand. Okay. So now click on this SAS Studio. Okay. So after installing, this is the layout of SAS Studio. This is the interface. Now check one by one. Here, this is the layout, SAS Studio. And here, there are main two parts. This is left side and this is the right side. Okay. Now check one by one. So here, the main window of SAS Studio. The main window of SAS Studio consists of navigation pane on the left and a work area on the right. The navigation pane provides access to the search features, your folders and folder shortcuts, your tasks and snippets, and the library that you have access to. The folder section is displayed by default. So here, this is the left navigation pane. Okay, it provides us library access. Here is the libraries. Okay, and this is the folder shortcuts. So we can open our older programs, we can create shortcuts, and then library access. And this is the right side, means right part is the work area. This is the actual work we can do here. Okay, so here there is a main three window. You can see here code, log, and result window. In code window, we can write our program like this. Okay. In log, here a note or display of the message appear about the submitted programs. And in result window, the output is generated here in the result window. So here you can check the main three window code, log, and result. Now about the structure of SAS Studio datasets. So there is a main two part in SAS Studio datasets. First is this descriptor portion and second one is the data portion. What is the descriptor portion? It contains general information or you can say basic information of the datasets, including the dataset name, date and time that the dataset was created, how many number of observation and how many number of variables and variable attributes. So let's check about the descriptor portion. Now here is the library. Okay, this is the permanent library predefined by SAS. ओके, ये लाइब्रेरी है सब, मैप्स जीएफके, मैप्स सेस, और इन लाइब्रेरी के अंदर देर आर द डेटा सेट्स. लेट्स चेक द डेटा सेट्स. These all are the data sets. ACOMP, AFARM, AIR, airline, these all are the data set in a particular library. Okay. This is SAS user, this is maps library, and these all are the data sets of SAS Studio. Now, taking one example, let's check AIR. Go to the properties. Here you can find the descriptor part or descriptor portion. Now check, this is the general information. What is the name of data set? Airline. About its description, type क्या है तो टेबल फॉर्म में है. इसका लोकेशन, how many rows है तो 144 rows. कितनी columns है? There is a 3 columns. Okay. Where it will created? In October 25. So these all are the descriptor of general information. उसमें column कितनी है, कितने numeric है, कितना character है. So here is the type. So here date column is numeric, region is character, its length, its format, its label. That all comes under the descriptor part, or you can say general information of the SAS Studio data sets. Right? Taking one more example, let's say cars. Go to the property. Here you can find the descriptor part or general information of the studio data set. Here is the name of data set is cars, its description, its type, location, rows and columns, and date of creation. Its column, here is numeric and character, its length, label, format, in format, all comes under the descriptor parts. Moving further, about is the data portion. Data portion is the collection of data values that are arranged in a rectangular tables. Now let's check the data portion. Now I click on this data set. This is the rectangular table. This is the data portion in which there are 19 rows and 5 columns. Okay, you can check. There is a 5 columns. This name, sex, age, height, and weight. Okay, so this is 5 columns, and here is the 19 observation. So this is the rectangular table, and these columns and this observation comes under the data portion of data part. Okay, you can check one more example. This is cars. Here you can check. This is the 15 columns. So this is the data values that are arranged in a rectangular table. How many rows? 428 rows and 15 columns. So clear about the data part? Okay. Now check one by one. This is the example data portion of SAS Studio datasets. Here, these all are the observation. What is observation? It is the collection of data values that are usually related to a single object, and it can store n number or any number of observations. It may be lakh, crores, thousand, 10. So here is the value, okay, that usually relate to a single object. It is called observation, or you can also call as rows. And this is the columns, actual cells, predict cell, and you can also call as variable. And it is the collection of values that describe a particular characteristics. Okay, and it can also store thousands of variables. Right. So the main difference is डिस्क्रिप्टर पोर्शन में क्या होता है कि जनरल इंफॉर्मेशन कब क्रिएट हुआ, क्या क्या अंदर डिटेल्स है, ओके, क्या मॉडिफिकेशन हुआ है, राइट. एंड इन द डेटा पार्ट उसमें क्या होता है कि उसमें टोटल ऑब्जर्वेशन और वेरिएबल की डिटेल क्या क्या है वो आता है. ओके, सो मूविंग टू नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. नाउ about its library, SAS Studio library. What is library? It is the collection of SAS file or SAS data sets and catalog. In some operating environment, it is a physical collection of file, and in other environment, it is only a logically related. In the Windows and Unix environments, library is typically a group of SAS files in the same folder or directory. To access the library, you need to assign it a name, also known as libref or library reference. And after assigning a library, we can work with the SAS datasets. So first check the library, what is library and how it works. So these all are the library. These all are the SAS Studio library. Okay, और इसके अंदर ये सब data sets है. So for accessing this data set, we have to create our own library. Okay, to start work with. Right. जैसे कि अब कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी में लाइब्रेरी के अंदर बुक्स होती है. ओके, सो आप उसको एक्सेस करने के लिए यू हैव टू क्रिएट अ आई कार्ड एंड ऑल इंफॉर्मेशन. सो हियर we can also create a library reference for accessing this data set. So how to access this library data set? We can check one by one. So first we create a library. Okay. Then we can access these library data sets. Now let us learn to assign a library. So first of all, assigning a library, there are some rules, okay, in SAS for creating a library. So what are the rules? Let's check. So there are main three rules for creating a library. First is it's limited to 8 character long. Okay, so ये 8 character की होना चाहिए, not more than 8. Second one is must start with letter or underscore. You can start with either letter or underscore, and it can be a combination of letter, underscore, and number. Remember, you cannot start with numbers. You can start with either letter, means A to Z, or underscore, and you can take combination of letters, numbers, and underscore. So we must follow these three rules for creating or assigning a library, and there is a two-way to create a library. First one is a libnum statement, and second one is using interactive window. Let's check one by one. So first, about the rule, let's take example ABC. This is the correct library name. Okay, you can also take underscore ABC. This also be correct. You can also take underscore ABC. You can take any name. It's up to you. This is also correct, but you cannot start with 1 2 3 like this. This is not correct. Okay, and it's giving an error. Okay, you can take this. You can take any name. You can, let's say, hospital. This is also one library. College. This is also one library. So, but you cannot start with the number. Always start with either underscore or letters. Okay. Now moving further, creating a library through libnum statement. Let's check about the libnum statement. So for that we have a syntax libname, then library reference means libref, and then a path in quotation, and then end with semicolon to run the statement. Okay. So सबसे पहले क्या है libname statement. So we have to write libname in our editor window. You can also work with me or start with me. You can write libname. Okay, and then one space, and then library reference means library name up to 8 character. Okay, let's start with ABC simple, and then quotation mark, and then semicolon to complete the statement. In quotation, we have to give path of our local folder. Go to the local drive and create and go into the properties and copy this path and just paste here. After that, select all, and here there is a symbol for submit the program. or you can also press F3. Here you can check library. Here is a library ABC, right? Taking one more example, lib name, let's say XYZ, then after that quotation mark and then semicolon. Semicolon is for the end of the statement. In SAS, we have to put semicolon every statement to end the program. And after that, press F3 or this symbol run to execute the program. Here, I'm giving the path of local folder. Now check here XYZ. This is through libname statement. We have created a library ABCXYZ. तो उसके लिए क्या सिंटैक्स है? सबसे पहले हमें लिखना है libname. This is a syntax for creating a library through libname statement. So this is a statement in which first is libname, then library reference means it's to 8 character long and combination of letter and underscore. So let's write ABC. Now I'm taking combination of 3 underscore letter and number. After that space and quotation mark and then end of this statement with semicolon. And in quotation you have to give path of local folder. Okay. Just copy and paste in between the quotation mark. Then select all, press F3 or this run symbol, and here you can check the library. Here is library underscore ABC123 is created. So clear about the libname statement, how to create library through libname statement. Now moving further, using interactive window. How to create library using interactive window. So through interactive window, it is very easy. Here there is a folder in library, new library. So click onto the that tab, new library. Here you have to assign library for library name. Let's say hospital. And here browse the path. Path is automatically selected in SAS Studio. So we have to click OK 2 times. Now you can check in the library folder, hospital library is created. Clear? Take one more example. Just click OK 2 times and library is created. Here is the hospital and here is the admit. Okay, so using interactive window is very easy for creating a library. Just go to the new library, giving it a name, library reference up to a character long, and here path is automatically selected, or unless you can giving a specific path of local drive and click OK 2 times and then created here in the library folder. So clear guys about the libname statement or how to create a library. Okay, now moving further, writing SAS program. This is the main and basic part of SAS. SAS is comparatively very easy compared to other programming like Java, .NET. It's very simple and you can easily do programming. So first is characteristics and layout of the SAS program. SAS programs are made up of SAS statement. A SAS statement has two important characteristics. It usually begins with SAS keywords and it always ends with semicolons. About the layout of SAS program, it can begin and end anywhere on a line. One statement can continue over several lines or several statements can be on one line. SAS statements are not case sensitive and blanks or space characters separate the word in a SAS statement. So now check this layout one by one. It can begin and end anywhere on a line. Means you can write anywhere on the line. Not necessarily you can start with first line. Okay, you can write with any line. You can start with 100 lines, 17. It's up to you. Not necessary कि भाई starting से ही आपको करना है. Okay. Now so you can write anywhere on the line. Okay. Now what is second is one statement can continue over several lines. In SAS, each semicolon is one statement. Okay. एक जहाँ पे भी semicolon लगता है, there is a one statement here. So here you can check there is a two statement because there is a one semicolon here. So that means this is the one statement and here this is the second statement. Okay. You can write several statements on a single line. Now here, not necessary to start with second statement on the second line. You can start second statement in a single line. Okay. One statement can continue over several lines or several statement can be a single line. Okay. So here you can write 2, 3, 4, n number of statement in a one line, or you can start with one statement on a one line. It is up to you. Okay. And SAS statements are not case sensitive. You can write in uppercase, lowercase is up to you. In SAS, it's not case sensitive. And blanks or special characters separate the word in a SAS statement. So here you can check there is a space. Okay, yes, space क्या करता है दोनों word को अलग कर रहा है in SAS में. Otherwise it will not read. So each and every time, every word we have to put a space. Okay, in SAS. तो ये अलग अलग डिफाइन करता है SAS को सेपरेट करेगा each and every word using space or special character. Special character means this special character. You can write this dollar sign, ampersand, person, asterisk sign, colon. These all are the special character. So this special character and space, okay, separate the word in SAS. Okay, so clear about its layout and its characteristics. It always ends with semicolon. Each and every statement in SAS ends with a semicolon. Okay, and it usually begins with the SAS keywords. Which keywords? Let's check one by one. Okay, so here there are main two components of SAS program: data steps and proc step. Okay, SAS programs are constructed from two basic building blocks: data and proc. पूरा SAS इसके ऊपर ही है, data proc. Okay. These two types of steps, alone or combined, either alone, only data, or combined, data and proc, form SAS program. Generally, a step end with run and semicolon, okay, to submit the program, or when a new data or proc step begins. Generally क्या होता है कि कोई भी in says, okay, steps end with run statement means it is the end of the statement, or when a new data or proc step begins. So here you can check there is a two part or two program here. One is data program and second one is a proc program. Let's check one by one. Okay. Now I am writing simple syntax or simple code, and then we'll check about its syntax one by one. I already created library here. Okay. Now data work dot admit one set hospital dot admit, and then run. Okay. Okay. So here there is a one semicolon means there is a one statement. Here is two and here is three. So total here three statement and one program. Okay. Proc print data work dot admit one. Here there is a second program proc print data. Okay. So total here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statement and two program. Data and proc. Proc means it's the short form of procedures. Okay, here proc. Now let's debug one by one. What is data, what is set, what is proc. Okay. Now when you submit the program, says begin reading the statement and checking for errors. Data and proc step signals the beginning of new step, and when says encounter any error, data, proc or run statement, it stop reading statement and execute the previous step in the program. ओके अभी यहाँ पे ये डेटा सेट क्या करता है, लेट्स चेक. डेटा स्टेटमेंट क्या करता है, डेटा स्टेट ऑलवेज प्रोड्यूस ओके और क्रिएट अ न्यू डेटा सेट्स. ओके हियर व्हाट इज वर्क, दिस इज द टू लेवल नेम called library dot file name, means this is the library and this is the data set name. Okay, here I am creating a new data set in a particular library. So data set का क्या काम है, data statement का. Data statement always create a new data set with some modification, subsetting or generating a new data set as it is. Okay, so here what I am doing, here I am creating a admit one data set in work library. Okay, from where, from set statement. Set statement का काम क्या करता है कि वो particular library से वो data set लेके उसके उसकी डिटेल फेच करके देन इट प्रोवाइड इंफॉर्मेशन टू डेटा स्टेटमेंट हियर. ओके, एंड देन रन इज फॉर सबमिटिंग और एग्जीक्यूटिंग द प्रोग्राम. तो हियर in data statement I am creating admit one data set in work library from where, from hospital library के admit data set से. Okay, now first I run this program. Now check the output. Here is the output. अभी ये क्या हुआ होगा, इधर वर्क लाइब्रेरी पे हमें जाना है. चेक दी वर्क लाइब्रेरी, यू कैन चेक admit one is created. Here you can check admit one is created. So here I am creating the admit one data set from where, from hospital.admit, because hospital में you can check hospital में there is a library admit, right? So I am taking this data and create a new data in work library. It's very simple and very easy. Okay, now done with the data and state. Now check with the proc print. Now this is the only output. Okay, now I want to print that output. So what, so for that we have a procedure called proc print data. Which data I want to print, from particular library के particular data set से. Okay, so here I am creating a print report of admit1 data set of that work library. So now select all and then run. So you can check in the result. This is the print output. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है डेटा सेट में ओनली आउटपुट इज जनरेटेड. देखो यहाँ पे अभी आउटपुट विंडो नहीं है, बट जब भी हम इसको वी कैन रन दिस ऑटोमेटिकली आउटपुट विंडो विल बी पॉप अप हियर. यू कैन चेक राइट. तो डेटा स्टेप में क्या होता है, डेटा स्टेप में ओनली आउटपुट जनरेट होता है, बट उस आउटपुट को प्रिंट देने के लिए वी हैव अ प्रोसीजर, ओके, व्हिच इज कॉल्ड proc print. दिस इज द शॉर्ट फॉर्म, okay, of procedure, and I want to print data. So for this is the syntax proc print data. Which library? work.admit1. तो मुझे work library के admit1 data का print निकालना है. So for that I am writing this and then closing this program. I have to write run statement with semicolon. Now select all and then press F3. You can check the result in result window. This is the print output. Please mute yourself. So this is the result. You can check also note here. This is the log window. In data step you can check there were 5 observations read from the data set work.admit. उसके बाद procedure print is used. Okay, this is a log. Now this is the whole program one. Okay, you can also select all and run. Okay, now suppose you forget to write semicolon. Let's check. So I missed here semicolon. Okay, now run. देखो, so यहाँ पे देखो, this is a in cross sign in red color. Now check the log. So here there is a error. This is called syntax error. So only data step works but proc print not. So यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, हमने पूरा प्रोग्राम सिलेक्ट करके रन किया, राइट, बट हियर देयर इज अ एरर. दिस शुड बी ओके, ये ओके है. तो ये क्या होगा, हम जब पूरा रन करेंगे, सो ओनली डेटा पार्ट विल बी वर्क एंड दिस विल नॉट वर्क, proc print वाला. ओके, नाउ रन. So output is generated, but it's giving an error in the log window. You can check the syntax error. Okay. Now same here key. We can let's say and forget to T here. There is a spelling mistake here. Okay. So there is no data admin in hospital library. Now run this. It will not work. So here is the error. Which error? Hospital admin data set is not exist. Now check the hospital library. You can check no admin data set here. Only ABC, admission, admit1, city, class, country, and XYZ. So it's throwing an error in the log window and a program is not work. Clear? Let's take another example. This is a city. Class 1. Okay. This is the class 1 data set. Okay. Now I'm creating a new data set. Let's say class 11, or you can take any name, any data set name. Okay. Let's say, and for creating a data set name, there is also some rules. The rules is same, but it's limited to 32 character long. In library, it is up to 8 character, but in data set, it is up to 32 characters. So you can take any name up to 32 character long, and similar second or third rule is it can be a combination of letter, underscore, and numbers, and you can start with letter or underscore. Now start with data statement. Now I want to create a class 2 data set. Here I am taking work library, so it will go into the work library folder, class 2, or you can take any name. Okay, let's say I'm taking student. So this is the student data created in work library. From where? तो इन स्टेटमेंट में क्या आएगा, कहां से हमें लेना है, तो मुझे लेना है हॉस्पिटल की लाइब्रेरी में से. सो आई एम राइटिंग हियर हॉस्पिटल लाइब्रेरी नेम डॉट फाइल नेम यानी डेटा सेट नेम. डेटा सेट का नाम क्या है, क्लास 1. ओके, क्लास 1. एंड देन closing the program with run statement with semicolon. So here total 3 statement, 1, 2, 3 and 1 program. Now select all and press F3 or run. Now you can check output is generated in the output window. Okay, check, also check the log, only notes, no warnings and no errors. So data set is read. There were 19 observation. Read from the data set hospital.class1. So here all is clear and perfect. Right. Now second part. Now I want to print the data set. So for that we are using proc print. Proc print data. This is the syntax for print procedure with data set work dot student. I want to print student data set of my work library. Then run and select all and run. Now check the result window. Print output is generated in result window. Clear? Now moving to next part. Now I want to create a open data set with some particular value. So for that, write any data set name in particular work library. In Stage Studio, we have only access to work with work library. We cannot access other library because this is only for student purpose. So we can do all work library. We can do all work with work library. Okay, so let's start with some other function. Data work dot, let's say any name. Let's say AAA. Okay, now you want to create some value. Okay, so for that I am here giving assignment statement. This is called assignment statement. Let's say I want to create a new variable x and giving them a particular value. Okay, now let's say सूरज. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि मैं एक डेटा सेट क्रिएट कर रहा हूँ ट्रिपल ए नाम का. ओके, एंड आई एम गिविंग देम अ वैल्यू. ओके, फर्स्ट रन दिस. Now check here. This is the variable or column x, and this is the observation or its value is Suraj. Okay. Now you can also write like name, creating another variable. Let's say surname. Okay, and let's say Shinde, and run this. So here there is a syntax error. Why? Because I forget to put here semicolon. So you can check the error in the log window. Let's say यहाँ पे है, यहाँ पे, but I forget to mention here after Shinde. Okay, so first write here semicolon and then run. Now check. So here two variables or two columns created with particular value. Name में Suraj and surname में Shinde. Right. Any cells must remember for character value we have to put quotation mark in the value. Okay. कैरेक्टर वैल्यू को रीड करने के लिए पर्टिकुलरली सेल्स में वी हैव टू पुट कोटेशन मार्क आइदर इट अ सिंगल कोट और डबल कोट बट इट इज मैंडेटरी और necessary to put quotation mark to read the character value. Okay, for numeric value we don't require any quotation mark, you simply write the number, let's say 20 only, no need of quotation mark because of this is numeric value. Okay, now there is an error. Which error? Here surname is Shinde. Okay, here I am again forget to missing semicolon. Now check. This is the numeric value. Okay, but column का नाम क्या है? Name and surname is Shinde. Okay, so for numeric variable we don't want any quotation, but for reading of this character value we always put character sign, quotation mark, either single quote or double quote. Okay. So we already seen this processing when we submit the program. Says क्या करता है one by one ये क्या करेगा? Says first read this statement about the lib name. If all okay, then it goes to the second statement. Okay, and then check each and every word. Data spelling corrected, then it goes to the work. ये two level name is correct, then it goes to the second statement, and then third statement, and then after execute if all it's okay. Otherwise, it's showing an error. Right. Suppose I forget to semicolon here in run. Okay, it will not work. Check the log. Here is the red sign. Go into the error, syntax error, expecting the one of the following: cancel, semicolon, or PGM. Syntax error statement will be ignored. Statement is not valid or is used out of proper order. So clear this error by giving semicolon and then run. Now executed successfully. When cells encounter data proper run statement, it stop reading statement and execute the previous step in the program. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या अगर समझ लो, this is the two program whole program. Okay, and I run all program combined. Okay, and suppose here there is a spelling mistake, right? Here is student is okay, and here forget E and then run. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? आउटपुट जनरेट हो रहा है, राइट? बट इन लॉग यू कैन चेक एरर. प्रॉक प्रिंट में स्टूडेंट डेटा सेट उसको मिल नहीं रहा है. सो स्टूडेंट डॉट does not exist, particular this data, because of spelling mistake, right? So only previous program is working, but this will not proc print, right? So it stop reading statement and execute the previous step in the program. So only execute the previous program, this data wala, not this one. So clear your mistake here by giving E and then run. Now it will work correctly. Now you can check the result window. Clear? When the sample program is processed, here this here it takes admit data set. Okay, तो हमने यहाँ पे कौन सा ये स्टूडेंट का डेटा का एक हमने लाइव एग्जांपल लिया. हियर क्या होता है कि it will create in the output window and this proc print result is created in the result window, right? So this is a log message. Each time step is executed says generate log of processing. When you submit the sample program, you see the log message shown below. Okay, so each and every time we submit our code, either it is data step or proc step, okay, a message will be appear in the log window about the data, proc or lib name. And this is the viewing result, output of the proc print step. Okay, so it's very easy about the data, proc print. All clear, guys, about the data step and proc step, or any doubt? You can raise your hand. It's very simple. Okay. Just remember, in data statement, always create a new data set. Okay. From where? From set statement. यानी set statement से हमें data लेना है, and data statement में हमें data बनाना है. Okay, this is the two-level name. Always remember, two-level name means libref.file name, yani library name dot file name. So we always first write particular library name, then separate with dot, then dataset name that we want to create. So this is the new dataset name. Okay, from where? From set statement. Again, this is two-level name from the library name, and then a particular dataset from which we want to create a new dataset, and then end of the statement with run. Okay, and for printing output of that dataset, we have to write the syntax proc print data work dot student and then run. Taking one more example, let's say this is cars datasets. Okay, how many rows here? 428 in total, 15 columns. This is a car dataset. Now, creating a new dataset, let's say model. I want to create, or you can create a model dataset in a work library. Just do it with yourself. Create a new dataset model in work library from sashell.class. So how to create it? Let's start. So first is data statement. So write data. Then two-level name means library. So first we have to assign library in which we want to create a new data set. So here in Studio we always write work, not any other. Okay, now dot two-level name. So libref dot file name. File name is dataset name. Okay, new dataset name that we want to create. So I'm creating here a model. You can write any name. Okay, then end this statement with semicolon. Done. This is the first statement. It's clear. No any error, no spelling mistake, no semicolon error, nothing. Now coming to सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट, सेट स्टेटमेंट। सेट में क्या होता है, कहां से लेना है। सो अगेन टू लेवल नेम, सबसे पहले आएगा लाइब्रेरी नेम, तो लाइब्रेरी कौन सी है, वो तो सेट सेल्फ है, राइट। नाउ डॉट, कौन सा डेटा है वो, इट्स क्लास, राइट। एंड देन run. This is run for closing this program and end with semicolon. So this is first program and now I want to run, so select all statement and then run. Now check the output. Here first check the log always. There is no error, no warning and only note. So program is clear and perfect. Now check the log. Here data work.model newly created work.model has 420 observation and 50 variables, right. So now I'm going to the work library and check the data model is present or not. Now here is model data set. A newly created model data set is present in a work library, right. So this is clear and perfect. Now I want to print that data sets. So for that print procedure we use here, this is proc print data इज इक्वल टू कौन सा डेटा लेना है आपको, मुझे लेना है वर्क लाइब्रेरी के मॉडल डेटा सेट का, देन एंड विद सेमीकोलन एंड देन रन. नाउ सिलेक्ट ऑल and press F3 over this run symbol. All is clear. Result is, output is generated in the result window. You can check, this is the print. Clear? So guys, it's very simple and easy. You can use directly proc print, not necessary कि हमें पहले data ही लेना है. Okay, let's say proc print data. I want to print, let's say SAS help में से class data set. Where is the class data set? And I want to print only. Okay, so this is very easy. Simply write first librep or librep.file name. तो librep क्या है उसमें, SAS help, data set name is class. Then run. Select all. Output is generated. Print output is generated in the result window. So you can either take data or product alone. So I'm here only printing the output of this SAS help class. Or you can simply take only data set if you want to create new data set. Data work dot let's say आपको लेना है SAS help dot class. Okay, and then run. So here this click one data set is created in work library from SAS help dot class. Now check the work library data set is present. This is the new data set. Clear? Okay, so moving to further. So that's it from today's session. Okay. Tomorrow we will take some more examples, some more modification about this data and prop print. Okay, कैसे हम उसको और enhance report create कर सकते हैं, how to create more enhance, how to create or subset this variable and all, or modification in data step we will learn tomorrow. Okay. Till then, आपको कुछ query हो, कोई doubt, so you can write or note down. We can solve it tomorrow. Okay then, Jyoti ma'am. So thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
On
you so
behalf
much.
of Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Research, I thank sir for sharing your
Thank,
knowledge on SARS tool.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone.
So sir has explained about SARS Studio. He has also explained how to create profile. He has described SARS data set. He has also elaborated and explained how to create library. And the sir has also given a brief note on writing SARS program, in which results, output, data he has explained in such a good way. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Student, do you have any doubts? You
And
can
I
just know.
request everyone. Okay.
Any doubts, any query, you just note down. We will sort it tomorrow.
I request everyone to turn on their video for group photo. I request everyone to turn on their video for a group photo. I request everyone to turn on their videos for a group photo for just 2 seconds.
Kritikant,
Yes, ma'am.
you can stop sharing your screen. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes. I already
Yes.
stopped.
Okay, sir. Thank you. You can stop the videos. So tomorrow, day 3 session will be continued on topic named Working with Tools and Practical Case Studies. And I repeat, all the participants should note that only upon successful completion of workshop, you will receive the e-certification. So attendance is mandatory on all 4 sessions. So please join sharply at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow for day 3 session. Thank you.
Okay, then. Thank you, guys. We will meet tomorrow, same time. Thank you. Thank you, Jyoti, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kritikant.
Thank you.